Hello guys and welcome back to more Addicted on the False Nines YouTube channel, the save with Charlton on Football Manager 2015. Today's live commentary is a home game against Stoke, who last episode were leaders but they have dropped a bit and they've lost a game and they've had a few draws. They're now in 8th place and they're a couple of points behind us. It's now September 2016, so our last live commentary was against Blackburn. I think it was the day before deadline day, or it was just before deadline day. So I'm going to go through the 4 games we played off screen and then have a look at a couple of transfers. I had a very busy deadline day, probably one of the busiest I've ever had on a Football Manager game. Because, well, to cut a long story short, Chris Solly got sold because someone met his release clause. I knew it was going to happen because someone was actually getting very close to it and eventually met it. So I had no choice but to let him go. But let's go through the 4 games we played. The first one was a home game against Hull, who at the time were almost in relegation zone, and they took the lead actually in the first half. John Guidetti, and then we managed to get an equaliser truly in the 70th minute. Didn't play too great, defensively we weren't that good. We played Vermeil as well on the right because I think I had to change some people around for this or something. This was after deadline day, so yeah, Vermeil is our new first choice right back really. And then going forward as well, I started Tukidian and Vetakele in this match, and neither of them really had any effect on the game. So a pretty poor performance actually. We were lucky, I think, even to get a point. So that's a shame. They've all been very close matches actually. Our next one is at home again. This was against Watford. We only won by the 1 goal, and it came from Frank Musa just before the hour mark. Tukidian suffered a first half injury. Luckily, didn't actually have any lasting effects from it. So Simon Church had to come on there. And yeah, the only goal of the game. Fairly even otherwise, we had the edge in the possession in front. But in terms of shots and chances, it was pretty level. I don't think there were that many, really. Well, they had just the one clear-cut chance, which they didn't take. And then our goal was our only chance, and we took it, apart from a half chance. So a pretty poor game again. Then we faced Brighton away. Frank Musa with a first half brace to put us 2-0 up, but we conceded 2 goals in the last 10 minutes to throw away a 2-goal lead and draw 2-2, which was an absolute pain in the arse. Possession was level. I think we had a few more chances in this match. So no, Brighton had a few more chances, so they could have snatched the game. We had one clear-cut chance and one half chance. But yeah, they got 2 goals in the last 10 minutes. Sam Baldock, 84th minute, and then I think it was Gomez. I can't remember who it was, but someone conceded a penalty in the 3rd minute of injury time. Danny Holler scored it, 4th minute of injury time, to throw away 2 points, which was an absolute pain. I can't believe it happened. Yeah, it was gutting. I brought on a new signing, as you can see. He's right there. I'll have a look at him in a minute. So that was the 2-2 draw, and then the last live commentary. We are still in the Capital One Cup. And we've got the draw to do today. It was another away game. Our 3 games so far have been not Northampton away. Who was the second game against? Sheffield United away. And then we've just beaten Nottingham Forest away. 2 goals in the first half from us. Tarek Holmes-Dennis with his first ever goal for Charlton. And Tukidian scoring as well. Nottingham Forest pulled them back in the second half through McGoldrick. Had an early injury for them to Tom Carroll. And then we had an injury late on as well, with Simon Church coming off and Forestieri going on. Nottingham Forest had a lot of chances and they just couldn't put them away. They got 1 goal, but they had 17 shots on target. And, well, seeing as not many of them were actually chances. So I think there were quite a lot of them were from range. And they had dominated in possession as well. So I'm really pleased we got a result from that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to look at the draw for the 4th round. So there are 16 teams left. Let's have a look at who is left. So you've got Arsenal and Aston Villa, Charlton, Coventry, Palace, Everton, Leicester, Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Middlesbrough, Portsmouth, Southampton, Sunderland, West Brom and West Ham. So, I think the best teams to get here, Portsmouth definitely, and Coventry. Ideally we'd want to be at home. Let's see who we get. We've got Everton away. Okay. Another away game. We have Premier League opposition this time, so it's not going to be easy to face Everton. And if we get past this, we'll be in the quarterfinals, and that would be a tremendous achievement. Okay, so let's have a look at transfers. So as I said, a lot of loan players have gone out. So a lot of loan players, but yeah, one final sale. Chris Solly went to West Ham, 2.3 million. That was his release clause. And I tried to actually get a new contract signed to try and increase that clause, but he wouldn't sign one. He came to me saying that he wanted to leave for a Premier League club because he felt he was better. And no, I said, I'm ambitious and I think I can get us promoted this season with the right players. So the promise to him was that if we made the right signings in the transfer window, then he'd stay. But West Ham met his release clause, so there's nothing we could do about it. And as you can see, his report now is 5-star current ability and 5-star potential. And he's gone. So I can't believe that's happened. We really should have put a higher release clause in it, but that doesn't matter. Other signings, so Nardi and Forestieri were confirmed signings, and Pereira. I signed another Man United player, Guillermo Varela, but unfortunately I made a bit of a mistake here. Signed him, and then he needed a work permit, which I applied for, and then the thing came up that said Varela set to sign for Charlton, so I took that to mean, oh great, he's got a work permit, I can buy him and play him. No, I have the player, but I can't play him because he needs a work permit. So he's gone out on loan to Wanderers, an Australian side, to actually play some football over there. They've got a conditional work permit for him. But we can't now apply for one for about another 100 or so days. 98 days. So we've got more or less 3 months before we can actually apply for a work permit for him. So we bought a right back that we can't actually use. And my other one, I've got Connor Newton, a free transfer, 24-year-old midfielder. He played before. He came through the youth ranks at Newcastle, but didn't play at all. Had a couple of loan spells at St Mirren, and then moved to Rotherham a couple of years ago. And then we got him on a free transfer. And he's only played the 1 game so far, so he's still got a lot to prove. But he's building up his match fitness as we speak. He's tired because he's played in the reserves, so we won't be playing him today. And then the only other thing that's happened is a lot of loan players have gone out, and that's it really. So let's have a look at my squad. Have a look at the best performers and look at injuries. I think the only player that we actually have that's missing now is Gudmundsson. I need to get unavailable players off. Oh, and Simon Church is injured as well, which was out for a long time, 3 to 4 weeks. Yeah, so he's out with a twisted ankle, which is annoying. And then Gudmundsson is still going to be out for another 6 weeks or so. But Harriet is back. Johnny Jackson is back. So those are my only people that are missing. So my top scorer at the moment, Igor Vetkele, has 6 goals in all competitions. Chuli and Forestieri not far behind with 4 each. Top assist maker is Chuli with 5. Forestieri still with 3 man of the match awards. Best passer, Forestieri. Cousins has averaged 13 tackles per game. That's absolutely amazing. That's excellent stuff. Dribbler, Newton managed 5 dribbles in his only appearance. Harriet has just under 3 in a 6. Vermeil still with the 100% shot on target ratio, probably because he's only had 1 shot maybe. Yellow cards, we've got 4 players on 2 yellows and 3 players on 1, and we haven't had a red card yet. Our top performer at the moment is Forestieri, so we could start him today. And as I said, we're against Stoke, so let's skip ahead. I'll pick a team and we'll see how we do. Alrighty, so this is going to be my team for today. Henderson will play in goal. Nardi's been playing in my cup games, and he's actually not been that bad. He's been okay actually, averaged 7.04, so he's been a pretty solid player that we can call on if something happens to Henderson. But I don't think I very rarely have anything happen to my goalkeepers, whether it be injury or suspension. My defence, I've gone with Wiggins, Onyewu, Morris and Vermeil. Joe Gomez is going to be on the bench for this because he's a bit lacking in on the fitness front. Cousins and Jackson makes up the centre midfield, the asymmetric thing. I've got my Harriet on the left, I've got my Chuli as an inside forward on the right, Forestieri as a false 9, and then Vetkele as a complete forward. And then on the bench, Gomez, Fox, Holmes, Dennis, Musa, Newton, Pereira and Tukadian. So let's see how we do. Submit team. Gone with attacking and flexible as well for my mentality. So Stoke's team, Jack Butland, Gal Clichy is playing in the Championship, but then he is 31 now. Ryan Shawcross, Sebastian Coates, Cole Jenkinson and Zonzi, Thorgan Hazard, that's a good signing for them. Trotter, Mark Wilson, Matt Phillips, Duma, Peters, Arnautovic on the bench, Paul Dummett's on the bench, Mame Diouf's on the bench. They've got a good team, Stoke, and they're one of the favourites to come back up after only just being relegated. So let's go to the team talk. Let's say that. No green yet, but there will be once I do this. Oh, come on. 2 players. 4 players. 6 players in the green. That's alright. I'll take that. So let's start the game. And Charlton kick off. And Vermeer with the ball. And Chuli. And we're probably going to end the highlight. There we go. That happens every single game. We never have an early highlight anymore. It's telling us to play more direct. I have been going with a shorter passing for instructions, but it keeps telling me to go direct. So maybe that's what we should do. There's Wilson, and he's dispossessed, but it's another Stoke player with the ball now, Matt Phillips, and it was pushed away by Henderson, but not very far, and it's going to roll out for a goal kick. So we're having an early storm there. Stoke already with 4 shots on target. We haven't hit the target yet, and we're coming up to half time already. Oh God! I was just about to say, Onyebu's long throws are actually dreadful. I don't think we've ever actually had a chance from one, but we just scored from one. I don't know what the hell happened there. I've got to see this again. It was a Butland known goal. In the 45th minute as well. That couldn't have come at a better time, but that was an absolute gift, that. Let's see this again. Let's see what happened with the long throw. Butland came out to claim it. What on earth was he thinking there? It looked like he was actually saving it like the throw was going to go towards goal. That is one of the weirdest own goals I've ever seen. That's so odd. Alright, so we're a goal ahead, which is good. Matt Phillips now to Jenkinson. He's a decent player. Vermeer clears the ball away, but Clichy wins it back. Trotter. And that's the end of that highlight. I'm going to not slow it down a bit, but go to a more controlling mentality, because Stoke just about edging it in possession, and they've had a lot of shots. Not creating many chances from them, but they've had shots. I'm going to make a change, because Harry isn't doing very well. In fact, none of our forwards really doing very well. So I'm going to bring on Musa on the left. But you know what? Pereira can play on the left. So we'll play Pereira. And we'll leave it at that for now. And then we'll make another change if we have to. Maybe drop a Forestieri into attacking midfield just to get that extra man in the middle of the pitch. We're an hour in. We still have that one goal, but they haven't played very well. Let's keep going a bit. See if we actually get any more shots or chances. I don't think we need to change anything because we're winning. Only just, and from an own goal, but we're winning. Vermeer is looking exhausted. I'm going to make... Right, I'm going to put on Gomez on the right. I don't think I've ever played Gomez as right back, though. Even though he is actually, a pretty accomplished right back. I always play him as a centre back. Thorgan Hazard with a free kick. Arnautovic is off the bench. Thorgan Hazard. And that was that offside? No, it wasn't. Mame Diouf with a goal there. That's only his second goal of the season. I would have thought he'd have more goals than that, but it's now 1 each. So, right, I'm going to make that last change. I think we need to change something up top. So I'm going to go to my 4-2-3-1. And we'll keep Forestieri on, but we're going to put Tukadian up top. Target man. Ongonch, wing. I'm going to have a couple of inside forwards as well. And then we can let Wiggins and Gomez go up the wings. Keep it on control structures, I think. See how we do. Last 10 minutes, see if we can get a winner. But if anything, Stoke looked like getting the winner. But Tukinen could have gotten away there, but he didn't. Mame Diouf again. Arnautovic. Trotter. Diouf. And that was turned away by Henderson. Corner for Stoke. Thorgan Hazard to take. Cousins with the header away. Going to let that go out for a throw. Jackson and Cousins in midfield, not looking too good, but we haven't had Stoke with more possession than us. We haven't had any chances, and that's full time. It's a 1-1 draw. We didn't play that well. Cousins did well. Well, Jackson and Cousins actually did fantastically in that second half. There were some positives, I think. Yeah, we'll say that. But I'm gonna have a go at them for their finishing. Forestieri didn't seem to be listening. I appreciate your efforts. That worked. Okay. Forestieri wasn't listening, but we helped with that. So, we only got a point because of a strange own goal. That was bizarre. So, with that, Leyton Orient are up there. They've only just been promoted, I think, haven't they? We're in 6th place for 16 points. 4 wins, 4 draws, and a loss. And we're 5 points behind Norwich, who are leading with 21 points. So, that's not too bad, but, we need automatic promotion this season. That's what we're aiming for. And if we don't get it, I think we might... Well, we're ending the save, but it's entirely possible that we'll get sacked. If we don't do it on the 3rd time of asking, then there is going to be trouble. But it's only September, there's still a long way to go. So, let's not count our chickens just yet. 6 emails. Jackson on form. FA Cup shock. Well, we're well away from there. Right, let's look at the schedule and see what we've got coming up. So we've got a Millwall game coming up soon, but that'll mean 7 games off screen, so I don't want to play 7 games. I might just play 3 games. We've got the Cup 4th round. So yeah, I'm only going to play 3 games off screen for until my next episode, which will be away against Brentford. And that will come out Friday, I want to say, or maybe Saturday. And then next week, Tuesday, we will be facing Millwall at the Den. I think we've done every game against Millwall, so it is one of the most important fixtures of our season. So I think it is one that has to be done. So it'll be Millwall. Then, depending on if we have any more cup games, probably Oldham, newly promoted team. And then likely Ipswich or Huddersfield, Brighton. Don't want to do Brentford again, but something around there. Millwall again, and then we'll end it with maybe a double against Fulham and Forest, something like that. That's my plan for going ahead anyway. But I want to see if I can maybe get another a right back for backup, because we don't really have anyone else to play right back apart from Vermeer. Colin Newton can play there, so that could be a thing to look at. Joe Gomez can play there, and then Holmes Dennis can kind of play there. So we might get a backup, like a right back for a backup. We have money in the wages budget. We have about 90 grand in the transfer budget, so we could still do that. Either get someone in on loan or find a free agent somewhere. I'll have a look around and see if I can find one. If not, then I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. So next time we'll likely face Brentford. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.